Welcome back to the Geekery Super Sunday series. We got the top 8 here. Tim on your left, Aaron on your right. Tim is playing Wyatt says Aggro Loam.
I mean, yeah, it's just a loam deck with Seismic Assault. Seismic Loam, maybe is what it's called?
Yeah, we don't have deck lists, we're guessing. So Aaron's on the right. Looks like Aaron's on a mold of 5, which isn't very many cards.
No, it's very few. It's 5.
Less than 7.
Yeah.
Looks like that's a good start, though. It's good help.
I mean, he's got 2 Tron pieces, so
Yeah.
that's usually where we want to be.
Looks like he's got 1 Tron pieces in a Blast Zone. This could be... So I like getting... I don't like it at all, actually. I wish he had better lands, is what I will say. But he's on a mold of 5.
I was like, what?
Yeah. This seems like a spot that's decent for Tim. If Tim has... I would guess he has Blood Moon? Or is he not on the Blood Moon build?
I'd assume he has Blood Moon.
Yeah.
It looks like he has a Magus of the Moon in hand, so which seems like a pretty powerful card in this matchup.
Good against Tron. I like Dismember for exactly that reason, that it gets you out of the Magus lock.
Yeah.
I don't think he mains Dismember, though.
I mean, there's Magus.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's see. Aaron has a waste,
he
though.
Manamorphosed? Did he have to find that Mana Monkey off of the Manamorphose?
I think he had it in hand.
Jesus.
But Aaron does have the waste, which means all of his spells are still castable.
Yes.
He'll just be not cheating on mana.
He's not going to get to play the Tron thing, but it's still... you can still cast Reality Smasher. Turns out that guy's always good. I'm drinking coffee while filming this. I make AeroPress coffee, which takes a tremendous amount of effort and is medium at best. But soon I'll get the recipe right. So, looks like he played a... what is that thing on the top of the screen?
Eula's Blessing. It's Seismic Assault.
For
but
bears?
you discard and make 2/2 bears, yeah.
God.
All
All
right.
right.
Chalice on 2, it looks
Chalice
like.
on 2. That's a little late. I guess it's turn 4.
I mean, it shuts off Ren and 6, shuts off Manamorphose,
Honestly,
shuts off
let me
Chalice
say,
on 1.
I'm a little impressed with Aaron. Just, calmly... He has nothing on board, and he's somehow, still trying.
What is this?
I think it's a Chalice on 1.
Oh,
It is.
That's...
That should get countered by a Chalice on 2. Maybe Aaron wanted it to resolve, so he missed his trigger on purpose. He's just a master. There comes a Walking Ballista for X's 2.
Okay, it seems
4.
4. Yeah, I was all these things with chalices are just throwing me off all of a sudden.
So, Chalice on 2 means that Tim can't have Life from the Loam. Meaning that he doesn't get to draw 3 bears a turn, he gets to replace his draw step with a bear when he wants to, which isn't nearly as good as having the Life
you
from the
have to
Loam.
discard a land.
Right. So if you draw a land, it's exactly like drawing a grizzly bear.
Yes.
And you would never just put a grizzly bear in your deck.
I know.
And so that's what he gets to choose, and that's not a great choice. That's an Ugin, the ineffable.
Aaron's looking pretty good here.
Yeah, I said that Blood Moon was going to be good, but all of his cards cost colorless mana.
Yeah.
You just calmly cast them.
And he drew the waste. None of his things have even required the waste. He could have cast all these things through the Blood Moon.
There's a Great Creator now, too.
A Great Creator, which he can play Great Creator, get... what's the turn a thing into an artifact?
Liquid Metal Coating.
Liquid Metal Coating, and just start turning off the... Oh, no, he can't cast it. There's a Chalice.
On 2.
You could get...
He's got plenty of options.
Yeah.
So, we were talking about Gruul Obosh and how it was suddenly very, very good. And I think the reason Gruul Obosh was suddenly good is because it had a way of quickly closing out the game once it established the lock. And what we've seen here is that Tim has given you a few kicks in the nuts, and he doesn't really have a way to finish the game.
Yeah, having a closer is the
Whereas
important part
if he could just pull an Obosh in, suddenly everything is just kicking the shit out of him. But right now,
not really. He has a 2/2/2s.
So you built your deck differently. Yeah.
What did Aaron tutor for? Did he play Karn?
Yes, he did. He went down, too. I don't know what he got. I was busy talking about myself.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron is just going to keep making 2/2s, and given that Tim can trade his draw step for making 1/2/2...
Yeah, Aaron gets a 2/2 for free every turn. Yeah. That also, when it dies, draws a card.
Yeah.
Tim gets a 2/2 for discarding a card that could have been not a land.
Yes. Well...
I mean, Aaron's tutoring for something here. There's a Witchbane Orb, so now Seismic Assault does absolutely nothing.
Sure. I mean, he can take out his creatures. And so Aaron, by the way, had the election to kill that Magus at any time and just didn't do it. I think that he was just
He just didn't care.
He just didn't care. It just didn't matter all that much. Here's a Witchbane Orb.
And then here's
Skyship Console.
Alright.
I actually really like that card.
No attacks from Aaron, but
Yeah.
this game is looking pretty closed out. Here's a
There's a
life from the
2-drop.
loam, but
Yep.
it just gets countered. And there's the game. Yeah.
That would be enough for me to skip to.
Yes.
Back after sideboards, our players are shuffling up for game 2. I said that as if there was a gap, but we cut the video, so it's going to be absolutely no gap at all. It's just going straight on in. It's going to be jarring to our viewers.
Yeah. Hopefully there's not a mold of 5 from Aaron, but again, the mold of 5 just did not matter.
You just got to get the right 5. Aaron went to 6 this time.
And Tim looks like he kept his 7. There's a prismatic vista. And there's a map with off of a temple. If he just has another Eldrazi temple, though, good old turn 2 Thought Knot is always a play.
There is nothing better than turn 2 Thought Knot. I like it so much.
It's so gross. It's too good.
Yeah, Tim cycling away that wooded thicket foothills.
It's not any of those.
Hickory woodlot? I don't know what it's called. Something, you cycle a land. There's always a weird tension in an Eldrazi Tron deck. I remember, so, as an aside, I think Eldrazi Tron might be the best deck in the format. I've said this
You argue that
I
for
think
the past...
it's such a good deck.
Yeah. You think it's the best deck for the past 3 years?
Yes, I think it's really, really good. But when I played it, there's always a weird tension between getting the second temple with your map and starting getting Tron pieces.
No.
Because, like, what are you going to do? It's kind of a big question.
I mean, if Aaron has 0 Tron pieces, you just get the other temple.
But what if you draw the first Tron piece? He has another map, too. So now what do? What do you do?
I mean, if he has map, Tron piece, then you probably should get all Tron.
I don't know, dude.
Like...
It's funny because, like, if you have Eldrazi in your hand, the second Tron piece is no better than the temple. The third one is. And it's just like, it's a lot of, I don't know, a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, I guess you get to, you just get to run soul lands.
Yeah, Tim caster Ren in 6. I don't know if he has the Ghost Quarters in the deck.
Get a Ghost Quarter a lot going on in this deck,
He could be susceptible to a Ghost Quarter every turn.
E-Tron decks run like 3 basics.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. Eventually you'll get them.
Yeah.
But the problem is if they just calmly make their land drops and cast Reality Smashers. You're training your land drop in your turn to just take out a land and take 5. Here's a Magus of the Moon. Yeah, that really puts the slowdown on everything.
I mean, Aaron gets to go get a waste, which means he's not locked out of playing.
That is actually really big.
Yeah, his Eldrazi.
Yeah. I can't believe this is probably 5 years. He got a Scavenger Grounds. That is a show of strength that I do not understand. Yeah.
I mean, he might just have Dismember.
I hope so.
Yeah,
Something.
right.
Let's hope he does. Because if he doesn't, boy howdy.
All right, untapping with 2 mountains.
Yep.
Draws a card. I mean, he could just have Walking Bliss to set up for next turn. I mean, there's a map.
Okay, so he's got another map that he can go get a waste.
So he's probably going to crack this, either get waste or maybe another Eldrazi Temple. Because I think he does have the Walking Bliss in hand to just deal with the Magus.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he just doesn't care about these Maguses, though.
Oh, you think he just powers through them?
Yeah,
he just,
right? I think he just plays better cards than a 2/2 bear.
Honestly, I can kind of, yeah. Maybe he got a Scavenger Grounds because he wanted to leave the waste in his library in case Tim can't Ghost Quarter because there's a Magus in play. He's still not getting waste.
Yeah, like, I guess maybe his hand just doesn't need waste.
Aaron refuses to give a shit about this, and I respect him for it, honestly.
Tim's going to cycle a land, but Aaron's going to untap you. Let's see what he has.
That Ren in 6 has got to be 13 Ultimate, too.
It's a 4.
Did he tick down? He can't be a 4.
I think that says 4.
So here's Aaron with 4 off-color lands behind 3 spells on board, casting a Chalice on 2 that I think is going to work out great.
Yeah,
I have
right?
no idea how.
So here's Seismic Assault,
Yeah.
but...
By all metrics, Tim is what we would say running up the score on him. But we know that this
here's just
video...
a Reality Smasher, it just doesn't matter, so... Discard 3 cards, can no longer Life from the Loam to get things back.
Yeah.
I guess he has a Ren 6, you get 1 of them back.
This is...
But, like, if Aaron just has Reality Smasher, it still doesn't matter.
There's a Blood Moon. So,
doesn't matter,
he's
but...
going to stay mountains for the remainder of the game.
Aaron just naturally drew 2 of the wastes, so...
Oh, what a master. 6 mana.
So Walking Bliss for 3.
Yeah. So that Ren and 6 has got to be at more than 4. There's no
It's
way
at 6 right
okay.
now.
It cannot be at 4. That is not possible.
Block one of the Maguses, okay.
Okay.
Okay, one of them dead.
Forcing through some damage. Now he has the option to pitch that. That doesn't work.
No, it does not.
So, for everyone at home, the Walking Ballista has damage marked on it. When you remove the first counter, it will die, and he won't get the additional 2 counters to kill that other Magus.
Well, that drastically changed this game.
So if he still had the Magus, the Ren and 6 wouldn't have died to that. He could have done one to the Ren and 6 no matter what. So the Ren and 6 would have died. And now he would have had a Magus.
He would have had a Magus.
The Magus could have attacked for 2, Aaron would be at 5.
I guess the Magus kind of just doesn't matter, though.
Here's a Worm Coil engine, probably didn't matter. Yeah. Aaron's a 5. Timmy can't test. Light from the Loam.
Nothing matters. Just 3 seismic assaults.
Yeah, those are good in multiples.
They just do nothing.
Here's 11. Yeah. All right. Our boy cheated, but he technically won.
I don't think it would have mattered.
No.